everybody, it's time for a brand new round of box office predictions, and this is an especially exciting round because we could have, and I think we likely will have, a record-breaking weekend ahead of us. I cannot wait to get into these big numbers, but first we've got to recap what happened last time around. Starting off with our Fantasy Movie League recap, in the predictions with Perri League, we had 4 players get the perfect lineup. All of their names are up on the screen right now. Huge congratulations to all of you. A job very well done. Now, going into that top 5 where, job not so well done by me because I only went 2 for 5 last weekend. It was newcomer Abominable up on top with $20.6 million, a touch less than what I thought. After that, it was Downton Abbey, which fell more than I expected, making about $14.3 million, which was still good enough for the number 2 spot. At 3, we had Hustlers, which enjoyed the smallest percent change of them all, dropping just 32.2% and making another $11.4 million. Then it was actually It Chapter 2 at number 4, which added another $10.2 million to its haul. And then coming in right behind at number 5 was Ad Astra with $10 million of its own. All right, rolling into the new top 5 now. I am most conflicted about my pick for number 5. So what we've got in play here is Judy, which is expanding. And then on top of that, as we know from last weekend, It Chapter 2 was ahead of Ad Astra. The thing is, though, I think with Judy, its per theater average is going to drop too much in order for it to crack the top 5. And with It Chapter 2, I think that's the movie that's going to take the biggest hit because of Joker entering the competition this weekend. So my number 5 this time around is Ad Astra. I did really want to stick with my Arrival comp for this one, but weekend 3 of that movie's run was Thanksgiving weekend, so that's not going to help me here. Instead, I am turning my attention to the movie Red Sparrow. They both have similar cinema scores. They're both challenging movies with really big stars in them. They had similar opening weekend totals, similar weekend 2 declines. So when I look ahead to weekend 3 of Red Sparrow, its percent change came down a little. It went from 49.6% down to 46.7%. So if we see a similar percent change trend with Ad Astra, comes down 2% in terms of what it lost last weekend, that could still leave the movie with another $5.5 million, and I think that's enough to take the number 5 spot this time around. Moving on to number 4, that's where I've got the movie Hustlers. I am back to sky-high confidence in this one after that really minimal drop last weekend, and I actually think I can also go back to my Bad Moms comp, especially when it comes to percent change trend, because with Bad Moms, it saw its percent change come down quite a bit weekend 2 and weekend 3. It went from 41% in weekend 2 to dropping just 19% in weekend 3. Looking ahead at weekend 4, that number did come up a good deal. It went up to 30%. But even if Hustlers' weekend 3 drop of 32% comes up to, let's say, 45%, that still means it's making another $6.5 million this weekend. And I think that's going to be good enough to lock the number 4 position, no problem. Moving on to my number 3 pick now, that's where I've got Downton Abbey. So you're going to hear me make this point with my number 2 pick as well, but it's a key one. With Downton Abbey, I think what's working in its favor big time this weekend is that it is excellent counter programming. And I also think it might wind up fairly in line with Hustlers. Remember, Hustlers weekend 2 had a fairly substantial drop. That number came way, way down in weekend 3. Specifically, Hustlers went from about 50% to 32%. If the difference stays the same for Downton Abbey, it's going to lose just 36%. That means it could make another $9 million this weekend. And now it is on to my number 2 pick, and that's where I have last weekend's big winner. It's Abominable. Again, good counter programming. There's nothing like it out there right now, and it better enjoy it this weekend because Addams Family is right around the corner, but we're in good shape right now. In good shape to go right back to that Smallfoot comp that I had last weekend because they both opened with fairly similar amounts. And then Smallfoot, weekend 2, it wound up dropping 37.5%. And it was going up against the opening of both Venom and A Star is Born. The thing is, I want to bring that percent change down just a little bit for Abominable. One, because Abominable does have a little less to lose, and also I think the combined competition of Venom and A Star is Born is a little higher than what we're going to see from Joker this time around. So let's say I bring that percent change down to 33%. That still means Abominable is making another $14 million this weekend. All right, we have reached the number 1 spot, and of course that is where I have the Joker, but I'll tell you right up top here, I am predicting a record-breaking opening for this movie, and what better comp to start with than the record that it's about to smash, or at least I think so. Venom opened up with $80.3 million. I think it's going to come in well above that. And I also think it's going to top Logan and its $88.4 million start. It is a little difficult figuring out when to stop as far as how high to bring that number, because I think it's got so much working in its favor. It's the only new wide release hitting theaters this week, and there's a whole bunch of buzz, the controversy. I think it's all going to come together to make this a must-see this weekend. I think it's going to wind up blowing right past Justice League, Wonder Woman. I think it's going to go well above studio expectations. I think they're predicting 75 to 80 million. Get ready for this one. I'm locking in $105 million for Joker to start. All right, let's recap these predictions now. Joker is topping the chart with a record-breaking October opening of $105 million. Then it's Abominable at number 2 with $14 million. I've got Downton Abbey coming in at number 3 with $9 million. Then Hustlers at number 4 with $6.5 million, followed by Ad Astra at number 5 with $5.5 million. All right, guys, that is a wrap on my predictions. But as always, and probably more urgently this week, I'm going to tell you to go to the comment section below, put your top 5 there. I want to know, do you think I am going way too high with my Joker prediction? Are you going even higher? Tell me about it right there. Also, do not forget to go on over to Fantasy Movie League, lock those lineups with Joker in play. It is a big weekend. Joker is being split into 3 days, so keep that in mind when you're setting that lineup. Now, before I say goodbye, I got Patreon shoutouts, and this is a very special group. I'm so excited to read these names aloud right now. They are Evan, Billy, Luke, Kavi, and Ian. What you're looking at right now are the top tier members of the PNME Patreon team. And guys, I hope you know this. I appreciate you so, so much. I enjoy our chats. I've really enjoyed getting to know you, and I am just so thankful for your continued support. You all rock. Thank you so much. And another thank you to everybody out there watching these box office prediction videos. Please do not forget to like and share this one, and be sure to tune in next week because I am so curious to see how things pan out for Joker. Dewey, we're out of here. All right. Goodbye.